Hi, fellow entrepreneurs. I hope you're fine and welcome back to Evans Movers channel. This is the channel of entrepreneurs. If you are new here, kindly subscribe for you to get a notification whenever we upload our new video. Well, in our previous video, we discussed some three crucial things that you need to consider whenever you want to start a business. So today, we want to also discuss three things that are so important for anyone who is considering starting a business. Well, we want to discuss these things: market cap, target market, and minimizing business competition. Please stay tuned for you to benefit. Well, what do we mean by market gap? Market gap means something that is lacking in the market, and people are really traveling to try to acquire that thing. So you can open your third eye as an entrepreneur to look at for that thing that is missing in the market and the demand of that stuff and how people are desperately traveling, covering a very huge distance to try to get that commodity. When you look at that stuff, you have a business idea. Now, what you need to do is to go to the second thing. This is target market. Now, target market, who do you want to sell this thing to? Because once you have identified this, you will be able to know the kind of service you want to offer, the kind of commodity you want to offer, and this will also determine the price you want to sell it for. So, target market is a very crucial thing in business. As you look for a commodity that is missing in the market, try to do a research who is really trying to get that commodity, what kind of class, and this will help you to get a target market, and that will determine the price of that commodity. So again, open your third eye as an entrepreneur for you to be able to know who you are going to sell that thing to. And number three, once you have acquired, you want to minimize business competition. Because remember, you're not the only one who is trying to get this thing, and you're not the only one who is willing to do that kind of business. So many people are looking at it, and you may find yourself maybe a few or a number of people bringing the same commodity. So how can you minimize business competition? In doing so, you need to do some three things. Number one, check the kind of commodity these other fellows are bringing into the market. What is the condition of it? What is the value of it? And how are they selling it to the consumer? That will determine whether you can be able to beat them in the market. Because if they are offering a poor service, you want to up your game a little bit and do some extra thing that will enable you to sell that stuff to the consumer. And that is one trick of minimizing the competition in business. Another thing that you can do to minimize that competition, for example, someone is selling avocado and people are really looking for this. It is in demand. So what do you need to do? Should you sell the same thing? Well, you can decide to sell the same thing, but now you can try to look for a quality avocado. If it means going to a greater length of trying to get that quality one, you bring it to the market, you will do that as an entrepreneur and as a business person. So once you get a quality stuff, consumers will come and now they will be able to locate a quality stuff and you will have customers. And by so doing, you'll have beaten your competitor. Therefore, we want to come up with something that is of value and a quality commodity for the consumer. Another thing you can do to minimize business competition is do something that is contrary to what your opponent is doing. For example, if someone has set up a hotel, perhaps where people just come and enjoy some light stuff, so why don't you bring close maybe a fruit shop or something. So in that, when these people have gotten some food from the hotel, they can now have fruits. So that will be another way of minimizing the competition. You will not be selling the same thing. So you will be tapping the same customers but with a different commodity. For example, if someone is offering services like the hair and beauty, why don't you bring clothes? So when they're done, their hair is done, they can also buy some clothes. And again, you will know the target market, the kind of people coming to that salon. That will help you to know the kind of clothes you're going to place, to put near for you to get customers. And now, something that is very crucial in minimizing business competition is how you handle your customers. It has always been said that customer is always right. So sometimes some customers can be, but you don't want to overstep that. You want to, even if they are sometimes belittling your staff and now you know how they speak, you want to be positive always. Accept, you will correct, and sell the item to the individual. So don't argue with the customer, because when you do that, you will be chasing them away. So number one thing that an entrepreneur, a business person should never do in business is to argue with the customer. Remember, customer is always right. So talk to them nicely. Sometimes they can be so annoying, but don't be annoyed yourself. Don't show that you've been annoyed. Talk to them nicely, handle them nicely, and make sure you create that rapport with the client, so that even if they were annoyed this time round, you've promised to change and to upgrade. So next time they will come, perhaps maybe investigating, trying to see whether you've improved. And in the process, you'll have gotten your client, and you'll have a network of clients, and you'll be doing some great business. Do you remember what we've discussed? Well, let's just remind ourselves again. We've talked about market gap. Open your third eye, try to identify something that is missing in the market that people are really looking for. When you get that thing, you have a business opportunity. Number 3, we talked about target market. Whom do you want to sell the stuff to? So that will help you to know the kind of the price and the kind of service you would wish to offer. That is very important. You need to know your clients. You need to know the consumer very well. And number 3, how to minimize competition in business. We've seen some various ways. Number 1, you may sell the same commodity that someone else is selling, but now for you to minimize that competition, what do you need to do? Bring the quality one. Let the consumer know that you always have the best thing, the best stuff in the market. And by so doing, they will have the trust, and they will always come to your store. Number 3, we've also seen that it is not necessarily like they say in Kenya, you see someone has put mandazi, you put mandazi. No, don't do that. Bring something different. If somebody else is selling mandazi, why don't you bring tea? Because after they may have bought mandazi, they can also have tea. And if somebody is selling chapati, why don't you bring maharagwe, beans? Because after they may have bought chapati, they will also like maharagwe. And by so doing, we'll have minimized the competition. And the crucial thing that we've also seen that is so important in business is how you handle your clients. Always remember, don't you ever, ever, ever argue with a client. As they say, clients are always right. Customers are always right. So uphold that. If they are annoyed, calm them down. If there's something messy, promise them that you will adjust. and you will improve. Say sorry. Make sure you have that rapport with the clients. It is very important thing. If you see an annoyed client coming back, you have managed to create that nice rapport with the person. Don't lose it. Always, always talk nicely to your clients. It is the best thing to keep your clients intact. So remember, this is Entrepreneurs Channel. We help each other, you help us, we help you, because we want you to invest wisely and make your business grow. Remember our motto: invest wisely, reap abundantly. If you're new, kindly subscribe, press the like button, and share it with other friends. Invite friends to invite a friend to come and get these super business ideas. Thank you. By the way, if you would like to get some services from Evanso Movers, feel free to call the number